Hello and welcome back to TED Talks Truth and Reality. Today I'm going to talk about personal honor, individual character, self-integrity, self-responsibility, and overall general education gleaned from schooling as well as knowledge gathered through experience, drawing those moment-to-moment, day-to-day lessons from life. These components of individuality are the only real aspects of oneself that cannot be taken away by others or by government. A few weeks ago, I attended my 50th reunion at the University of Virginia. Thomas Jefferson founded UVA with altruistic aspirations, hoping that he could foster and promote honor, character, integrity, and the opportunity to receive a great education. His ideals and goals were of the highest intentions, but even Mr. Jefferson didn't realize how great a hold unconscious selfism has had on an individual. Throughout my series of previous talks, I have tried to build a case for understanding how evil selfism has taken over the thoughts and actions and hearts and minds of the individual. This form of demonic possession is silently infiltrating the belief systems of all lost souls as they blindly accept and unconsciously believe their view of the world and the things they see in it are true and real, as they alone decipher and interpret these external manifestations. Processing that takes place within the inner workings of their closed mind and empty hearts. All personal decisions for these lost souls are totally based on their unique experiences in education. A self-centric view of the outside world, a me-first view of that outside world. When the outside world is viewed within such restricted, narrow boundaries, reality and truth is distorted to fit whatever that selfish mind and heart can and will justify to achieve selfish goals and ideals. I have tried to explain this phenomenon throughout my talks in the simplest words as possible. But knowing you are plagued by this disease, as am I will keep trying to break through your unconscious belief system that someone like me just couldn't have had such a simple solution to such a huge problem. But what if I do? It only takes you moments out of your destiny to check out whether or not what I say is valid, and you can verify it in just spending a few minutes of your time. The simple premise of the solution centers on the overall universe, the total opposite of the me-first world we all tend to blindly live in. Without the benefit of a greater universal consciousness, the Creator's view, an all-encompassing view which affords a more inclusive outlook from within the confines of a person's unique mind, allowing the individual broader, wider, deeper perspectives when considering aspects of a person's individual truth and reality. Selfism, as I have said over and over again, is an absolute possession of a lost soul's mind and heart. You become a zombie, a member of the Walking Dead, and consequently view all outside reality from a confused, clouded, distorted, selfish point of view. Without the greater cosmic view, all thoughts and decisions are totally biased and closed-minded. Revisiting my old alma mater and seeing old friends and rekindling old memories made me more aware of the goal I set out to accomplish 41 years ago. I began a search for self-enlightenment to gain an awareness of myself and how I fit in the grand scheme of things. Eventually, I wrote 2 books titled Slow Down and Love. Volume 1 on self-enlightenment, which is a free ebook at my website and doesn't cost you anything, just a minute to download. And Volume 2, Freedom, both charting my pathway during the quest towards accumulating and gathering personal conclusions on the meaning and purpose of being who we are at this moment in time. And those determinations are systematically laid out in those books. As I explain in them, all past choices lead to this moment in time. For whatever reasons, all my past choices bring me to this point in time. And in all past discussions, I emphasize life is a matter of timing. Just like in sports or even the lottery, all choices are a matter of timing. Individual life is comprised of this same exact truth. Stop for just a moment and recall how many times in the past you almost had a terrible car accident, or you almost stepped in front of a vehicle, or did something that could have hurt you, or as you witnessed the misfortune, despair, tragedy in the lives of others who are enduring the results of floods, tornadoes, fires, hurricanes, and stopped for a second and said to yourself, "There, for the grace of the Creator, go I." Your time wasn't up yet. Also, meaning you still have time remaining to change the direction your life is headed and pursue your dreams, those dreams that you hold dear and have sort of shoved to the side as you've been caught up in the rat race for material things and stuff. Mr. Jefferson was a big advocate of individual freedom and of personal responsibility. He truly believed that a government governed best when it governed least, allowing the individual to pursue life, liberty, and happiness with as little governmental intrusion as possible. Today, sadly, our once great society is plagued with crippling rules and excessive regulations, all of them conceived and enacted by those in power who were or still are possessed and therefore dominated by the disease of selfism. With every single personal thought and biased choice justified by a faulty belief system. All choices are based upon prejudiced beliefs and self-centered ideals, which have been programmed and conditioned into their closed mind and unconscious hearts. Because of coincidence of birth, all consequent circumstances following individual beginning as a potential unique good soul becomes engulfed and influenced within the collective mind of the culture born into. Individuality within any culture or society is then subjected to the influence and conditioning of the choices made within it. Only a strong adherence to self-truth can free you from brainwashing and allow you to be your own person. Personal education and higher levels of self-enlightenment achieved in one's life keeps a soul free, unique, and special during the process of marching towards death, and truly helps a soul retain honor, integrity, character, and the benefits of a good education. And none of these can be taken away without your permission. Soon it will be a full year since I began these series of talks. I have just a few more to make before I take a sabbatical, which I will explain in subsequent discussions. So until we meet again, Godspeed.